welcome to Let's Go Farming, a program that looks at all aspects of agriculture. Today we are at one of Marcus Perkins' farm. They've got a lot of farms. They deal in commercial farming. They help small-scale farmers to grow their farm products. So right now we are in the potato farm, and I'll be talking to Mr. Wise Kapepe. He is the business development manager here. So just join me as I talk to him. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm now joined by Mr. Kapepe. Mr. Wise Kapepe, thank you so much for having us at your farm.
You're welcome.
Okay, so can you tell us what happens here? I can see there are potatoes here. What happens here? Explain to us.
Okay, so this is one of the Marcus Perkins contract farming fields. So the field in which you are standing in, as you can see, it's a potato field. So we at Marcus Perkins, like you know, we do contract farming. So what we are into is actually, we don't want to be a company that only talks, but we want to be a company that that walks the talk. Okay. So what we are doing currently is that we are showing you that this is the actual field. We are doing the actual production. We are doing the actual production. However, this farm that we are at is one of our smallest farms. Okay. So this is one of the farms where we get to produce less, and we do it year round. But in the other farms, they are bigger, and the next time you come, just that we've harvested, the next time you come, we'll take you to those farms so that you're able to see the actual production being done there, and the workers working, and the harvest that can be done from there.
Okay. So why don't you do year round also in your bigger farms?
Okay. So at our bigger farms, we didn't do the boreholes. So what we are doing currently is that we are drilling, starting this month. We are putting boreholes there so that we are able to do throughout the year, so that we are able to continuously produce throughout the year. And for instance, and as just like you know, potato is just a 4-month crop, but our contracts are 10 months crop. So we need to we produce at least 4 times. So we continuously produce. So what to mitigate that, we need to have water at our farm. Just like we have water here, we need all our farms to have water so that we're able to continuously supply and invite our clients to come. Because what we want is clients not to just be interested in the money, but be interested in the actual farming. Because this is open business, anyone can do it. So we are inviting them so that if they come to the farm, we teach them what we are doing, they learn from us, then they can also do it from them. But what we are doing is that we are taking the lead. So that we show you how it can be done, we show you how it's done, then you can do it also afterwards. So we every amount of money that a client pays goes as part of production cost. So what we do is at this farm, before we even introduce any contract, we come here, then we survey how much is the cost of production of producing potatoes at this farm. So once we establish that, then how much can be the harvest, the minimum amount of money we can make, or the minimum yield of or tons of potatoes we can harvest from this farm. After that, then we are using minimums so that at least we don't overestimate. So what we do, we work with minimums. Then at the end of it, or after all those establishments are made, then the farm is then divided into slots. So those slots are what each person is contributing for. So they are contributing towards the greater cost of production. Just as you know, it's a bit hard for yourself you just stand up and start farming on a large scale, like you're doing maybe 10 hectares, 50 hectares, and all that. It's hard for one person. But if we come together as a community, we come together as a country, we are able to do it. So that's the concept that we're using. People contribute towards the cost of production, and at the end of it all, they also come and share the profit made from the same production.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, viewers, I'm sure you've heard for yourself. In case you've just joined us, you are watching Let's Go Farming. For now, let's go for a commercial break. explain to us about the potatoes. How can one grow the potatoes?
Okay, so how you grow these potatoes? So what we are doing here is that to most farmers, they would find it a challenge when it comes to finding the right potato seed and how to outsource the seed. Because I get a lot of questions: where did you get the seed? How did you get the seed? So what we do for seed is that we just produced once. After we produced once, then we have those from a mother plant. You'd find that it's not all the potatoes that are going to be big that can be for consumption. Those small potatoes are reserved as seed. So what we do is we store them in a dark place. I think once we enter the production house, you would get to see the potatoes there. So once a dark place, you allow the potatoes to germinate a bit. So they'll have sprouts on them. Like one potato can even have up to five sprouts. That translates to 5 plants. So those potatoes are now then carried to the farm and planted. So that's what we did for these, and that's how we've grown them. And at each stage of a potato, you have to make sure that, for instance, the leaves. You take note of the leaves. Make sure that all the leaves are healthy. They are looking green, and you are making sure they are fed properly in terms of the proper fertilizer. If you want to go the manure way, you go the manure way, and make sure that they are fed in terms of water also. So it's a good plant that can even work during rain season, even year round. It's perennial. You can do the farming of potatoes, but just make sure that you have the right. You feed it with the right amount of water. You also feed it the right chemicals, the right boosters, and you are going to get good yields, because you can get maybe from 2 plants you can get a bunch of potatoes.
Okay. So you said you need to wait for the actual potato to germinate. That's when you plant, isn't it? But for this one, I've seen it has got flowers. So I thought maybe it produces seeds.
No, actually, for the potato itself, the seed, you get it from the best seed. The best seed that is going to not trouble you in terms of germination. It's the potato itself. Underneath the plant, once it produces the potatoes and you harvest, that's when you get those small ones. Okay. Even the big ones are good, but the small ones are mostly recommended. The big ones can grow, because you'd find that even in our homes, you'd find that you keep potatoes, then they start germinating. They start removing sprouts. So those sprouts, once planted, they can still grow, but we recommend, if you're doing it on a large scale, we recommend you use those small ones, because they cover a larger space. Because in an area that is maybe about one hectare, maybe you need even about 1 ton of those to small seeds. But if you have these big potatoes, you need even a lot of them for them to cover a hectare. Okay,
so still on planting, what happens if you just plant a potato which hasn't germinated yet? What happens to that one?
What happens there is that there are 2 possibilities. It's either it can rot under the soil, or it can germinate. But the duration it's going to take for that sprout to sprout out of the soil, it's going to be longer. Okay. So that's why it's better it's kept in the dark and the sprouts come out. Then you plant it. Then you'd find that maybe in the next 1 week, 2 weeks, and the plant is already out. Okay. The germination is done. Right. But if you just plant it, it's going to take longer.
Okay. So how old are the potatoes here?
Okay, so these are just 2 months old, and we're expecting, I think in the next 2 months they'll be ready for harvest. And I think once they are ready for harvest, we can call you so that you are able to be part of the harvest.
Okay. And eating, of course.
Eating you have to buy.
Pure business person.
Business minded.
I'll buy supporting local team.
Yes, thank you for the support.
Okay, for now we go for a short break. We'll be right back. You're still watching Let's Go Farming, and I'm with Mr. Kapepe here at one of his farms. Before I went on a break, we were talking about how you plant them. Now these are 4 months old. 2 months.
Yes.
Okay, so are there any diseases that come with potatoes?
Yes, actually, potatoes are just like any other plant. They are attacked by different diseases. So the categories of diseases that attack potatoes, we have fungal diseases, we have bacterial diseases, and we have viral diseases. So these diseases are supposed to be treated fast so that they don't affect your yield, because every disease that a potato is going to be struck with is going to affect the yield. So for the fungal diseases, we have chemicals that we use. A few of them is we have the SAF, which is based for all the fungal diseases, and we have diathen. These are some of the chemicals that you can use for the fungal diseases. Then for insecticides, like if you find that there are many insects, especially on the leaves, of your plant, you can use Frokio. That is going to also help your plants and protect your plants from them. Some of these fungicides and the bacterial chemicals that we are going to have, you can spray them even in advance, so that at least you protect your plant.
Okay. So yes. Better prevention
than cure. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So, and all these you have said, they are readily available in all the markets in Zambia, isn't it?
Yes, they are readily available. Okay. And will also be for farmers that are going to be part of us and that are going to join our company. We are going to be providing extension services so that we are able to monitor them, and if they have any problems, they can still consult us.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So before we go any further, or before you join Mr. Nkole on the other side talking about the farmers, do you need to weed here, or we just let them grow?
No, you need to weed. Like a plant, if there's weed around any plant, they are going to be competing for the nutrients in the soil. They are going to be competing for the sunlight, even for the water. So that affects the yield of the plant. So you make sure your field is very clean, free of weeds. So it's better you even as you are starting, before you even plant, you can apply any weed killer. You apply weed killer so that you don't have weeds at the end of it, and even as the plants grow, you can still be weeding, and even as you are burying them, as we will show, as you are going to be burying them, make sure there are no weeds, so that we don't want any plant competing for soil or even nutrients.
Okay, so why do you need to bury them? Because I've seen the way they are. It's not just like one. It's like they're buried, or can I say a mini mountain? Why do you do this?
Okay, potato is a plant that we mostly get the fruit from the roots. So why we bury them is that from the stem, actually at every point of a stem, once it's buried, from the same point they are going to start producing potatoes, even from the same stem. So that's why they are buried. The more you bury, the more the yield that you're going to have.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So if you don't bury, meaning you are going to have less.
Yes.
All right. So we can start burying now. You can show me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool.
So here we are. So this is one of the potato plants. Okay. So what we are doing is we'll try to remove a bit of the weeds that are surrounding the plant. At least it's clear. You can be following. So we are softening.
Mine is clean this side.
Okay. So we soften then we start burying it, so that we make sure that the plant is fully buried.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Kapepe. I had fun. At least I've learned on how to do this.
Okay, you're welcome. You should be coming more often.
Even next week I'll come.
All right, we'll teach you.
Yeah. So before we cross over to Mr. Nkole, what can you tell farmers out there, especially those who want to plant potatoes but they don't have enough capital? How can they join your company?
Okay, so for every farmer that is interested in potato growing, even if you don't have the capacity, there are many constraints that are there. It's either you don't have water at your farm, maybe you don't have the capital, you don't have maybe the manpower to help you do this. So at Marcus Perkins, we offer production services. So you can come through to Marcus Perkins, you sign a contract with us, we do the production for you. You'll be part of the many people that are contributing towards the production cost for a particular farm. And afterwards, we give you a payout you get a share of what you have invested, or from the a share of the profit from the field. Then during the process, you also get to learn how we are going to be farming. From each step, we'll keep you posted. You come for farm visits, so that you are fully part of the process. You even know, even as you receive your payout, if you are receiving a payout of 35,000, because we have a contract for potatoes in which you are paying a 3,500 and getting a 35,000 after 10 months. So even as you are getting that 35,000, you are even confident knowing that you know exactly where it's coming from. You know that it's coming from the soil, it's coming from the potatoes that you were part of. Okay. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. There you have it for now. We go on a short commercial break. Thereafter, we join Mr. Nkole as he explains to us what happens when it comes to the payments of the farmers. Welcome back. You're still watching Let's Go Farming. Now we're going to talk to Mr. Perkins Nkole, who is the Strategy and Implementation Manager here. He's just going to explain to us what Marcus Perkins is all about. Good afternoon, sir. Or how are you, sir? Welcome to Let's Go Farming.
Thank you very much. It's good to have me on the program. Thank you.
Okay. So as we started, we were told your farm is actually a commercial one, and you help different kinds of upcoming farmers. So just explain to us what this company is all about.
Exactly. We're not too big a commercial farmer, but we are there. Apparently, how do the small farmers come in? We have a program where first we train farmers. Those that we train, we give them seed. They go and do their planting. We buy their crop. It be sweet beans, chili, all those things. We more do a scheme where we actually help them. We finance them. But when the crop is ready, we bring it over and we buy it again at commercial prices, less whatever we've put in. But it's a win-win kind of situation because the farmer is benefiting, we are benefiting as a company as well.
Okay. So like different types of crops, isn't it?
Different types of crops. And also, the thing that now concerns a lot of people is when we say, oh, here we have this big farm. We're trying to manage it by growing commercially, even do in 2 seasons. Like we have a farm that has an irrigation system, one of them, so we can do crops like potato twice in a year. So how easy is it to do that? It's not easy. We need a lot of finances, we need a lot of inputs, we need a lot of people to come in and help us do that. So what do? We subdivide our farm and say, what is the total cost of doing this business? So we say, for this total cost, we might need, say, 30,000. Where do we get the 30,000 from? We don't have it here. Why don't we demarcate it into what we call slots? Then we ask other people to buy those slots. We do the farming for them. When we harvest, we pay the person that bought the slot their money and their interest that they have earned from that. There are slots that would go for 3,500. When you, like for chicken, when you buy that slot, it will take the next 5 months. You're going to be paid 9,000. As we are talking now, there are people in the Marcus Perkins office now that will be paid today. So, as to make it clear, it's not something that we are doing as here by day and gone by night. No, we are Zambians. We are here to promote our own farmers, to see that what they bring in is of benefit to them and to us.
So for now, show us. Let's go. We see the farmers that you're paying.
Certainly. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, we can go. Mr. Nkolo, we're here. So can you explain to us what's happening in this room?
Like I said when we were standing behind that little interview, I said we have farmers that are very proud of us that did the investment. Today is a very joyous moment for them and just joyous moment for us as we pay out the farmers that invested their money into our business. Okay. Evidently, I'm sure if the camera can pick it, all these people are being given their money back of their investment as well as what they have earned as interest on top. In fact, it's not interest because it multiplies sometimes fourfolds. In other words, I'm saying you pay some little money and you hold on to your patience. 5 months later, voila, we are here and they are getting paid. They'll also be given certificates to show that they actually did invest in us and we paid them. Independently and individually, I would want, if you have the time, those that are willing to talk could actually give you independent interviews so that we affirm the fact that we are not here, like I said earlier, that in by day, out by night. No, we're here to stay, come what may. That's what we're doing.
My name's Angela Mwape. I'm from Mwanza district. I did a chicken contract. That is 4 months. Today I'm harvesting and I'm yet to do another one. Yes.
I invested into potatoes and I'm here now counting my money.
I've seen you, right? What have you benefited so far?
Actually, this is not even my first time benefiting. It's actually my second time, so I'm very excited and I can encourage people to come on board and do the contract farming. It's very beneficial.
Vamesi wakwanisa please bwerani mwese ndalama kumanja.
Nine mama staya chickens or nibina.
Nichitaya chicken nine.
Okay.
Nakondwera please vanzatu bwerani mutasala kuno.
Definitely mutenda ndizwa wakasingana. Ndiri mama popo kumanzi ino ndanjira rimwe ndajoina company yakamono iya Marcus Perkins Trading and Construction. Maro moto hobira monku.
Ndiri manku.
Okay,
yes.
So much benefiting you Marcus Perkins.
Ita benefit hinji yaipanda kwezamari. So ngomunda jana kwezamari ngenda kile badikulia vanta.
Mr. Nkolo, the beneficiaries have added their voice to what you're doing to them. What are your final remarks, especially for those farmers out there who you want to join you?
I said no farmer, no food. This is why we are primarily here to help them further their dreams of farming. We don't want to have a Zambia where the Zambian is subsistent farmer. They should graduate. They should become small-scale farmers. They should go into commercial farming. Where do they start from? By inputting them with a lot of capital, like we are doing. Those that were thinking that it was just a joke or fly by night, they are wrong. You can see from what has happened.
The evidence is here.
The evidence is here. Evidently, everyone is here. In fact, they are not just from Choma. Some of them are from Monze.
Yes, so
Yeah.
I heard, yes.
Yes. Yeah,
She's from
Mazabuka, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So we've covered Livingstone, we're here, and I'm especially for the Lusaka people, because that's where a lot of scams are. So seeing you and that foreign name and stuff like that, it's not what they think. We are here to stay, come what may. So we'll be here forever. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Okay, that's all the episode of Let's Go Farming this week could accommodate. Thank you so much to the production crew and for you viewers for watching. My name is Mutinta Nyang. Until next time, keep watching TV1.